Hello and welcome to the Yearnings podcast. I'm Christine and I'll be your host. This is episode 87. I'm calling it kcelebrates40. It is May 2nd. It is a beautiful sunshiny afternoon. There's pretty fluffy clouds in the blue sky behind me. It is 82 currently, but this will be the hottest day of the week. So we will cool down just a touch for the rest of the week. Which is okay with me. I do really well in the 70s. So the AC is running. You may hear the washing machine and dryer in the background, but it is a busy Monday, and I wanted to get a podcast in because I have a dentist appointment later on in the week, and it gets busy. So, podcast today. I have a wide variety of things that I threw behind me, not in a very orderly fashion, but I do have show notes, so hopefully that'll keep me on track. So, with that said, I want to welcome you to the Yearnings podcast. I am so glad to be here chatting with you today and having an opportunity to tell you some stories. So, thank you for tuning in, and especially to new people that are checking me out. That's really kind of you. All right, let's move into some life stories. So my birthday was last Monday. There has been lots of birthday fun. I went on a Portland adventure on the Saturday before my birthday. So not this last Saturday, the Saturday before that. Yes. The tail of my sock got stuck in the actual yarn. I was fixing it. So I went to Portland so that we could go shopping for my niece, and we went to the Button Emporium. The Button Emporium is awesome. It is a giant button store. It's not a giant store, but they have a lot of buttons. It's a cute little store, and I love looking for the right things. So I'll show you my button choices when we get to that part of the show. And it was just a really nice day to go and wander around Portland as much as my energy allowed. And then on Monday, my actual birthday, I like to do what I call my birthday extravaganza. And my husband took the day off, and we drove down to my favorite outdoor mall. We went to Paper Source, which was a ton of fun. I just loved looking at all the fun things in there. We went to the Container Store. We went to Sur La Table, which is always a fun place to, again, just browse and look at lots of different things. Container Store, I got a spindle case. Paper Source, I got a necklace and some gifty things. And Sur La Table, I got a gift for someone and something small. I don't remember what the something small was. I'll have to think about that. I don't have them in here. And then we went to Barnes & Noble, and I had planned to have a little downtime there, and that was really nice. And I looked at all the Funko Pops and found some Legos, and the Legos came home with me. I didn't see any Funkos that I needed. My set of 5 girls up here are the current selection, but I have a couple more that I think I'd like to add. I think Gamora is the next likely subject, and I might think about Agent 13. We'll see how I like. We're going to see Captain America 3, which is Civil War, this coming weekend, and Emily Van Camp played Agent 13 in the last one, but it was a pretty small role. So I'm interested to see how I connect with her character in this one, because her Funko is pretty cute. So she might join me. So, anything else? My niece had her birthday. Her birthday is the day after mine, and she turned 4, so we went to a family birthday party, and that was fun. Yeah, hanging in there, trying to rest up between all the activities. Headaches again, but just doing my best. So I think that's all the life stories. So let's move into yearnings and adventures in knitting. And I have 2 finished objects. One even the ends have been woven in. I guess both of them do. These are my castle socks, was how I called them, because this is another crafty girl. Her strong sock in the countryside castle colorway based on Castles of Burgundy, one of my very favorite board games. And I made just a nice little panel of twisted hexagons, which are not very visible, but that's okay. It was fun to do. They are a little bit shorter than they're a nice summer sock height. I used, I think, all but 30 grams of the yarn. Let me double check here. And my internet is slow poking. Anyhow, so yes, they're based on Castles of Burgundy, and they've got all the nice colors of the hexagons in the game, and they are really nice. I finished them off with some 1x1 rib, as I like to do. I probably could have done just a little more 1x1 rib. It's a little short of an inch, but it's close. So these are going to be very nice to wear. I am really excited about the feel of them. They feel nice and sturdy, and so I'm excited to give them a good workout and try them out. I have the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and besides that, they're my vanilla socks with that cable that didn't show up. I used 0.74 skeins, so there was 26 grams left. So that is the first finished object. I love how the bind off looks with multicolors. Isn't that pretty? So, and I do the Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. Yeah, where you do backwards yarn overs on the knits and forwards yarn overs on the purls to give it a nice stretch. They haven't been washed. I wore them around the house for just a short amount of time. My second finished object is not blocked yet, so I'm not wearing it. I will wear it again next week. But my April sweater is complete. This is the Maris sweater by Elizabeth Doherty. It's got set-in sleeves. It is knit out of Marigold Jen, her 80/20 sock in the colorway Lady Violet, which is just lovely and so totally me. That's where my colors changed there. Let's see. The lace is going to block out really nice, but yes, it needs to be blocked. It wasn't quite to, oops, dropping pens. Wasn't quite to the point of doing that yet today. The edges all have an I-cord bind off to make it really nice and lush looking and finished well, including around the neckband. The button band on it is really nice. You do it at a slightly tighter gauge to get a nice firm fabric, and the buttonholes, the whole band down has the eyelets, so I'll be able to place them in any of those spots, which is kind of nice. The buttons that I picked up from the Button Emporium and Ribbonry in Portland, Oregon. The iridescency of that makes it hard to show. So the buttons I got are little purple flowers. So they've got nice little 6 petals, and they're going to look really nice. They're going to blend in just a touch, but still have a little bit of class. The little petals on it might make it a little bit hard to open and close, but I think they're going to be okay. I tested them out as I was doing the buttonholes. I'm hopeful that the buttonholes don't change too much on blocking. I'm going to try and lightly block this with the exception of the lace panels, which I'd like to put my straight blocking wires down to stretch them a little bit, but I don't really want to heavily stretch the sweater. I like the fabric as it is. I mean, I definitely need to block the rolling on the bottom, so it will have to be washed, but I'm going to try not to heavily stretch it out or stretch it down once it's on my blocking boards. But I do need to clear a space back here so I can do that process. That was probably the barrier. So I will wear this so you guys can see it once it's blocked, but I wanted to show you that it is finished. I did work really hard on this since I talked to you last. And there is embroidery thread on there. Oh, I didn't bring in my other thing. Okay, so those are the two finished objects. The work in progress that I didn't show you guys last week because it is a secret still, is still a secret and looking super awesome, and this is one of my new designs and I'm really excited about it. The base of it is nearly complete, and now I move on to some applied treatments, and it's going to be really cool. The other work in progress that I've been working on, that I was working on when I started, is some new socks. So I cast these on the day of my birthday extravaganza from my Alexander's Crafts sock blank, and it is very nice and neon-y. So it goes from lime to turquoise to blue to purple to pink. So I started out with the green, nice lime, and I have more than about an inch and a half past the toe increases. It is knitting up very fine, using my same needles as I used for the castle socks, but it is a little bit finer. It is a double-stranded sock blank. So for those of you who don't know what a sock blank is, it is a knitted piece of fabric. On this one, it is 2 strands knit into this fabric at once, and then they lay it out and dye it. It is an interesting way. I think that the reason they do it is it's an interesting way for dyers to play with different patterns and textures in a way that's a little harder to do with yarn in the skein. So it's just kind of an interesting format. It's not that it's any better than having yarn in a skein or any worse. Because I've got one that is 2 strands at once, my socks will be exactly the same. Which, since I knit 2 at a time, this is perfect for me. I wanted one that was 2 strands at once. So I am unknitting from here. Not really unknitting, I'm unraveling and knitting onto the socks with yarn that looks kind of ramen-y. And it works really great. So I'm really enjoying this. This is a really fun thing to do that I cast on special to work on for my birthday, to have new socks. And it has gone around with me to a 4-year-old birthday party and more. So that is the new work in progress. I have a swatch, a very wee swatch for a test knit I'm going to do for another designer. It hasn't been blocked yet. I just bound it off, but it's teeny tiny. And I wanted to make sure that I'm going to be using my blue jean hand spun that I showed you guys last time and some Sun Valley leftovers. I've got 2 different colors of the Sun Valley heavy MCN lace weight. It's heavy lace weight, so it's between a lace and a fingering. And I think it's going to work really well. So that will be coming up. I'm also going to be doing the Omena pattern, which is a vest. And I need to wind up some yarn for that. All right, how about some spinning a tail? I have 2 things. Again, I am still working on my Kaylee's parasol, and this is the middle of the first ball where the green turned into burgundy turns into blue. So I'm adding in this blue, which will be the next color in the ball, to the burgundy and green one, and just trying to kind of evenly balance it so that there is a mix of the two, so it will kind of gradiate along the way. So still working on that. I have made some progress there. And then my new Acreworks spindle I've worked on a little bit as well. So I have 25 grams that is on my Nitty Nutty in the other room. And this is the next bit of it that I am spinning up. And I got a little box. So this is just a storage box, a very inexpensive container store one. It's not super sturdy, but it was the right shape. The spindle fits in it diagonally with the fiber, and plenty of fiber can pad it. Actually, it can go up and down. And I should have my little lid on here to protect it. I had taken it off when I was spinning and didn't put it back down. So yeah, I guess without the lid, it can almost fit straight up down. So that will pad it well. I can stick it in my backpack, which I did last week when I was out and about on Tuesday and spun at the library. So 2 spinning projects, both going good. I'm going to go grab something for Stitch Through Time. Okay, so this is what is on my small Nitty Nutty. I have different shafts that can go in between here of the Acreworks spindle fiber. So that's how it looks when it is taken off the spindle and onto the Nitty Nutty. And then for Stitch Through Time, just a little while ago, I completed my Beekeeper cross stitch. This is a frosted pumpkin stitchery pattern. I made just a few adjustments, I guess just one main adjustment, and that is the path of the bee, which is hard to see under these lights. The path of the bee is not in white because the white just doesn't show up well on this cloth, webbing, whatever. And so I did it in the sparkly yarn. And I can see it in person, but it's not very clear on the screen. And then I added a heart with the sparkly thread inside of it and my K and 1/6 for 2060. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to do to frame it. I kind of like the idea of getting a smaller hoop. So this hoop is much larger than it. So if I got a smaller one and then finishing off the edges in the back, I've seen a tutorial that I posted on Pinterest today. And Katie, I'll be on Pinterest. And so I might do something like that. This was a really fun project and I'm really proud of it. It's my first since I was a kid of cross stitch. And I don't know if I actually finished anything as a kid. And it's just adorable. I really like the bees that are in love and the flowers and the honey and the skep and the little honey thing. So that was lots of fun and I think I'll be getting some more frosted pumpkin stitchery patterns. Also for Stitch Through Time, I am still piecing on my quilt. Excuse me. Let's give a sip. Now drinking Cherry Zero. This is how the strip kind of piecing goes on the log cabin quilt pattern I'm using. And then I will go back and use my rotary cutter and cut each one. So I have done the centers and the first light and the first dark, and this is the second light, and then another strip of this light pink will go along here to complete that part of the block. So I just piece it all in strips and cut it apart and then start the next strip. It's a very nice way to do it, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm doing very small bits of it at a time. My sewing machine is right here, so I just swivel it around and turn it on and do the next thing. But I have to have enough time to sit here and do the cutting and be ready, and so I'm not doing a lot of it at a time, which is good. I think that is working really well. I don't know what my English paper piecing project will be next, but I need to cut some things out. For Yarnings knitting community, we still need a new knit along. Maybe I'll work on thinking about that tomorrow when I'm out and about. I am joining in on some maker-related challenges on Instagram. Last year I saw a lot of people participating in Me Made May, where you posted pictures of the things that you were wearing that you had made. And I love that idea, but I didn't participate last year. So this year I'm trying it out. Then there is also Maker May, which is put on by the Cleveland Bazaar, spearheaded, I think, by Shannon Oki and some of the people that are at the bazaar with her. And there are prompts for May, maker-related prompts. So the first one was introduce yourself. Second one is show your newest creation. So I need to take a picture of something that is my newest creation today. Okie dokie. So, non-knitting segments. Sagas of Geekery for now playing. We played a couple games the weekend before my birthday. We played Imperial Settlers again because we are still enjoying figuring that one out, and we ordered our organizers and sleeves for that, and those will probably be here today. We also played the Manhattan Project. I also ordered a organizer for that one from the Broken Token, which is, they make like balsa wood type flat pack organizers that you put together, and then those go inside your boxes, and they keep your games in a way that you don't have to do so much to make them ready to play. So rather than having all the bits in bags that you have to sort while you're setting it up, it appears that a lot of these, you just keep them in their cubbies in the box. So I'm excited to try those out and see how they work for these games. We also played Roll for the Galaxy that day, which is another favorite, and I had gotten that last year on my birthday, so it was fun to play that right around my birthday time. On my birthday, one of the ways that I planned on my extravaganza to take a sitting break was I brought Sushi Go with me. And Sushi Go could fit in my bag, and we got a new expansion, which is the soy sauce promo cards, and you are supposed to collect the most colors of cards, and then you have a soy sauce that goes with it, and you get points based on the most colors. So it's a very small little expansion, but it added something fun. So that's Sushi Go. And if you haven't played this, this is a really good one. You can find it at a lot of stores like Target or Barnes & Nobles. It's a game right game, so it's a little more mainstream than some of the ones that we play. And it's a really fun way to introduce drafting, where you get a hand of cards, you take a card and you pass it to the next person. And you continue to go around until everybody has their cards. So you are drafting what your hand is going to look like, and it makes it fun. Then you play each of those cards as you get them, and yeah, so that's Sushi Go. So that was a nice thing. We stopped and got some drinks at the cafe in Barnes & Noble's and sat at a table and played the game. And then Saturday we played Legendary with the new Captain America 75th Anniversary expansion, which has 5 new heroes that are Captain America related, like a couple versions of Cap, and then Winter Soldier and Falcon and Agent X-13, and some new villains, and so that was fun to have. We had gotten it a while back, but we hadn't had a chance to take it out and sleeve it. And then yesterday we played Trajan, which I'd only played once this year, and it's one of my 10x10 games, and I really enjoy that one. That one has a lot of things going for it, and I don't often win, but I really enjoy playing it. Sometimes I win based on bonuses, and I got a ton of bonuses last night, but I still didn't catch up. So my husband just has really good strategy, and I wasn't getting the things that I needed to make my strategy a little more rich. Okay, so now watching Person of Interest. We are on season 4 now, my second time through. And then I'm watching Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice. And we got Ant-Man yesterday so that we could watch Ant-Man before we watch Civil War this coming weekend. Since it's the newest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe before Civil War, I knew that I wanted that background and that there will be some Ant-Man related stuff in Civil War, I believe. So that was really fun, and I'm really glad to have finally seen it. I knew that I would add it to my collection, and we just didn't make it to the theater when it came out. So we waited and got it on Blu-ray, and we will do the same with Deadpool, even though that is not Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's still Marvel, and that will be the next one that comes out that I want to buy. So yay, Ant-Man. And yay, Evangeline Lilly. I love her. She was one of my favorite things of Lost. So it was nice to see her in a role again. For now, reading, I was listening to Rising Strong by Brene Brown, but my Overdrive library checkout expired. Only get it for a short amount of time, so I need to get and finish that at some point. Maybe from Audible, or maybe an ebook copy of it so that I can read it a little more closely. All right, fanciful chatter. I'm not sure I'm brave enough to pull off this purple lipstick many places, but I'm trying it out. This is one of my new ColourPops. ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. I didn't have any of this formulation yet. This is the color Zipper, and it is a very nice actual plummy purple. Not just a plummy red, but it's purpley. I put a little bit of a more neutral color on top of it, but it didn't really tone it down too much. But I think it made it look a little smoother. I put it on with a NYX lip pencil in Plum as the liner to help it out. And I just had light makeup on today. My hair is up with a flower. I had a short period of time to record, and that didn't include a lot of get ready time. But I did put on my purple lipstick to show for you guys. I also have a bee, and underneath it says, "Be beautiful." It's from my friend Rena. I am wearing a top that I made a few years back. It is quite a bit oversized for me. It never quite fit exactly right, and it's made out of a cotton yarn. This is the Taurus sweater, but I did a lot of, no, it was Gemini. There we go. I called it something Taurus because for my birthday month. but it never quite fit me right. And so every once in a while I'll pull it on over top of something and let it be a longer something on top, but I haven't worn it out of the house recently. The sleeves never quite worked. I kind of tried to do something weird with them, but the cotton yarn I think is the hardest thing of it, that it shows every end. It was a yarn that I used for a nursing cover-up for my sister, and it wasn't ideal for a top. I had a nice quantity of it, but not so good for a top. So I'm wearing it today. Just thought I'd put on something different that you guys probably hadn't seen. So I'll link to my project page on that. I also got my Posh order. I was telling you guys last week that I was looking forward to getting it, and one of the things that I'm really excited to try is Whole Lava Love, and it is a volcanic ash exfoliator, so it's a face mask, and it smells a little bit like licorice. It says made with gentle natural exfoliants such as volcanic ash, sugar beads, and charcoal powders to make your skincare routine as ash good as it gets. So it just seemed like that might be a nice one to try out, to exfoliate a little bit more than just my BFF does, Best Face Forever. So this one I have been using for a while, and I needed another one, and this was new to me. So that'll be fun to try out. I also found a fun link that I will link to that was the trendiest haircuts the year you were born. That was fun. Okay, so I didn't have any book of cooking for you today, but the happiness continues. I was going to tell you about the kcelebrates40 hashtag. So the past many years, I have always tried to make my birthdays really epic and do the things on my birthday that were the most important, and it got so big and so challenging to fit in with my expectations of what a birthday month or a birthday week or a birthday should look like. So this year, I'm extending my birthday celebration to include more of my friends and family, and so the hashtag kcelebrates40 was especially used over my birthday weekend, even though it is a longer term celebration this year. Felt good to be recognizing that I am okay with being 40. Being 40 is not doom and gloom. I am grateful for where I am at, all the experiences that have brought me to here. So, yay, that's a happy thing. Okay. Trying to think if there was anything else I was going to tell you about that I threw over here on the table to show you, but I think that is all for today. So you can connect with me on the internet. I am Christine with a K on Ravelry. I am KDLB, just the letters, on Instagram. The Yearnings podcast group is on Ravelry, and that's where there are discussions about the episodes. And the show notes with links to everything that I talk about are on yearningspodcast.com, all squished together. So thanks for joining me. Until next time, that's the story. Bye.